Morning guys, Paul Hosford here from the Journal.ie. We're here in Clonee, County Meath as part of the Change Generation supported by KBC. We're here with Dean Kelly, personal trainer, nutrition advisor. We're here to chart one of the biggest milestones in an Irish adult's life, the big shop. Dean, you work with clients every day who are looking to get that bit fitter, that bit healthier. How important is planning your shop? How important is what goes in your basket?
Planning is everything. As regards to a financial budget, it's the same with a nutritional budget. Like when you are doing your shop, the less you plan, the more likely you are to make a mistake. So you'll put the objects that wouldn't necessarily belong in your trolley into the trolley that wouldn't be necessarily healthy, wouldn't be cost effective, and would be not very perishable, so it's not going to last long. So you're not going to get your bang for your buck regarding that food.
Right, so you're at home or you're moving into a new place. What goes into the press first day?
First day you stock up on spices. Spices is a big thing because when you're trying to kind of shop in bulk, keeping food interesting would be a big thing, especially when you're trying to eat healthy. So I'd always load up on spices, whether it's paprika, garlic, and any of the peppers as well. Go with them, and then also make sure you have plenty of water, plenty of vegetables, and then some form of meat source and some eggs.
Right, will we have a look around and see what goes in the basket, what doesn't go in the basket?
Yeah, of course, yeah. So if I was doing a shop and I would just after moving out, I'd be stocking up on like vegetables with some meat and some proteins, and mainly focus on vegetables with the fibre, because if you do lose out on your nutrition, that's when your health will be coming into play. And a little recipe that I would generally go with would be like a burger recipe, which would be easy for the viewers to whip up themselves. I needed some sweet potato, get yourself some onions, and it would be a healthy burger recipe. So as opposed to using a bun, we would go ahead and use some lettuce gems, which are just up on the next stall here. So the idea behind that is we're reducing the amount of carbs that we're taking in, and we're focusing on vegetables and kind of getting in a nutritious and healthy meal with plenty of fibre in it as well.
Right, one of the things that people think of when they move out or they think of healthy eating, they think, I can't afford to eat healthy because eating in the chipper is just so much handier, I'm on a budget. That's obviously not the case here.
That comes back to the plan and the preparation. If you do plan and you do prepare, you can get a really cost-effective nutrition plan.
Right.
The big thing is buying in bulk. When it comes to the proteins, so like kind of chicken fillets, and you have your chicken fillets with like kind of some beef or fish,
eggs.
You have your freezer. So we got some eggs there. So you have your freezer, which you can load up and throw it into. Because if you don't, it's just going to run out and you're going to be running to the shops too frequent to rebuy and paying ridiculous prices. But if you do a big shop, you'll be okay with it.
One of the things I suppose one of the big questions is how often should you shop? Some people don't like to do the big shop. It reminds them of being thrown in the car and hanging off the side of the trolley and going off to crazy prices with their mums. Would you be a big fan of grab everything, put it in the freezer, and then know that it's there when you come home? Or
I would. Me personally, I would. And then obviously there would be the small things which you would have to pick up as you're going, like an avocado. We all know an avocado is either too soon or too late, so you would have to pick up the ripe ones as you're going. And then with some fruits and some vegetables, you might have to make regular purchases with them. But regards to like kind of frozen veg, bang it in the freezer. With your chicken, banging in the freezer as well. The stuff that is going to last long, get that all at the same time. But the stuff that you need to pick up regularly, get that as you're going.
One of the things there is obviously then it's about knowing to take the chicken out of the freezer or get everything thawed before you get home, because you know what you're having for dinner that day. It's not a case of I'm in work, it's 4:30, I'm about to leave, what we're going to have, because that leads to, I suppose, bad habits.
That leads to picking up the phone and ordering a pizza, and like I've happened to me before, like where I forget to take it out, and you go ahead, you order a pizza, you stop off at a chipper on the way home, and then bad habits will just start to form, and all of a sudden you're spending way more than you need to on the groceries and on your food shop. We're just going to pick up some meat for the burger itself.
Right.
So
I suppose the thing about this recipe is that it's very cheap. One of the big things that people find is a lot of people are making dinners that will do for lunch in work because they want to cut down that cost, because particularly if you work in the middle of the city, lunch is expensive, it's 7 or 8 quid a day, that that adds
Yeah.
40 quid a week, that's
Oh, yeah.
160 quid a month, that a lot of people just don't have. So this can be made in advance for for everyone. Kids
Oh,
eat
yeah.
this because it feels like a burger.
There you go.
What are we saying is the overall cost of the meal here?
The cost of the meal here, and you're getting a couple of people feeding from this as well now, max €7, and you're getting what, 2 to 3 plates from it, depending on how big you want to do your portion size, of course. But in many stores now, they have the offers that they run. So you're getting like good quality meat, which is all kind of Irish made, that is going to be in a large bulk for half the cost as what it normally would. So you can pick it up, you can do your shop, and you have a meal for the whole family. Or for yourself, you can cook it and freeze it and have it for the next day, whether it's for lunch and dinner the next day.
Well, we're coming up on the aisle of the things that maybe we wouldn't see you buying. Some of us will buy.
Stop you there, I will buy it every now and again.
One of the things that a lot of trainers, a lot of nutritionists will say to people is, don't beat yourself up if you have the bag of crisps, if you have the chocolate.
Yeah.
But how important is staying away from the multi-bag? Is the temptation too much if you have 6 bags in the house?
If it's there, you're gonna have it. Like if it's there, like with a sleeve of cookies or the box of celebrations at Christmas. If it's in front of you and there's that large quantity of it, you're gonna eat that. I'm known for it. I know many people, many trainers are known for it. We will indulge. If you have something in bulk in front of you, you will go through it. But if there's only 2 biscuits on the plate, you can only ever eat 2 biscuits. But if there's a full packet of 6 pack of potato sitting there, you're going to eat it all.
We're here with Dean Kelly, personal trainer, nutritional advisor here on the journal.ie. If you've got any questions, send them into the comments. We'll do our best to answer them. Dean's shown us the quick ingredients that you can pick up to make a really healthy, really quick meal. It's one of the big things I suppose people find, that challenges them about shopping is that I've only got 10 minutes to run in at home. I'm busy. Yeah. I want to go to the gym. I want to get home. I don't want to spend an hour in a supermarket. So we're in and out. We're here 5 minutes. Pick this up now. I don't want to spend an hour at home cooking, because if I only have 10 minutes for the supermarket, how long is this going to take us to make?
You whip this up all together in max 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Max 10 minutes.
So
done.
15 minutes work. We're in. We're out. One of the big things for people, breakfast, most important meal of the day.
Yeah.
Is this breakfast to you? Should this be in the basket?
Not necessarily. Having such a high sugar intake so early in the morning can generally lead to bad habits.
Right.
Now, the idea behind breakfast is preparation. If you have it there, if you have eggs and you have other food sources there in the house, make them. Don't rely on it coming from a box, because it comes from a box, generally it's not going to be the most nutritious, and it's also going to not be the most cost effective either.
Right. So what should people be eating, and what should they pick up? Like rashers, cut the lines off? Is it meat? Is it protein?
I would kind of generally go with like an omelette. So 2 to 3 eggs in the morning with some vegetables. So you have like a bag of spinach that you could pick up in a shop like this, mixed in, and then maybe some chorizo. I always pronounce that wrong. And then with some chopped onion in it as well.
Right. So it's about taking that time, taking that extra 10 minutes to get up. And omelets are very easy. You crack the eggs, you throw them in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is shopping, I suppose it feeds into the whole healthier living, even financial budget and lifestyle, because you're planning your day ahead.
Yeah.
How important is meal prep? So going out and making a list when you come to the shop and saying, right, on Tuesday we're having the burger, Wednesday we're having meat. Is this something that you're telling your clients? You have to get into a plan. You have to form good habits.
It gets into it, like kind of, the old saying, fail to prepare to fail. Like if you don't do the work, you're gonna definitely see that you're gonna kind of find yourself going for the bad foods.
Right.
Dialing that phone and picking up a pizza. So definitely recommend preparing your foods.
Right.
Whether it's a Tupperware container that you have at the start of the week and you prepare everything, that might be one case, or you're getting these kind of shops in every day and kind of making it that way.
Right. And I suppose people are going to be asking us, is this something I can do every day, because it seems so unattainable, because I'm not used to it, it's not my lifestyle.
People are always going to ask those questions, but one thing I will say with that is just like be patient, because this is like, it's like anything new. Get into the habit, get into the routine of it, and you will see a habit form, a positive habit form.
One commenter asks us, Dean, will you do my shopping for me? I think that feeds into the idea that shopping's a nuisance, that it's out of the way.
It is that perception that people have, that it's this difficult process that you're going to find yourself in the middle of the M&M's aisle and you're eating everything. I often have my clients say to me, Dean, will you not train me, but will you follow me around and slap bad food out of my hand, please?
What does that come down to then? What's your answer to that? Is it a case of, listen, you're the one in charge, you have to, if you don't want to eat it, don't eat it. If you know it's going to be bad for you, don't eat it. If you know you're going to eat the whole bag, pick up a single pack of crisps on the way home.
It's a portion control. Portion control, but also being too strict on yourself as well. Because if it's the difference between you having 2 pieces of chocolate, so 2 squares of chocolate, maybe every day, as opposed to completely indulging at the weekend, right, it's better to have those 2 small squares of dark chocolate instead of completely eating yourself out of the house and home at the weekend with loads of dairy milk and the rest.
So you don't believe in the idea of a cheat day? So
it's a full cheat day, not really. Like if you were to adopt a 90% 10% rule, so 90% of your meals in one day would be A1, and you just allow yourself that 10% of, as I refer to it, as soul food. So it's something that's going to keep you sane and stopping you from killing people.
Right, question here from my commenter is, what's the best post-workout meal? What would you be, you've gone hard in the gym, what would you be recommending?
If I was to have like a post-workout meal after a hard workout, I'd be looking for something which has some carbs in it. Reason being is it's just restoring the glycogen that's in the muscles. So think of your body as a car. So your car is after going through a journey to Cork and back. It's after depleting its petrol. So you're after going through a workout, you're after depleting your petrol, which would be your muscle glycogen.
Right.
So what you need to do is restore. So a carbohydrate meal, whether that's a little bit of rice. The meal that we have here is actually essential because it does have the sweet potato in it, which will be a source of carbs.
Right.
But then you're also getting your protein for the muscle regeneration, and then your vegetables for some fibre.
Right. Another question is, what's a good idea for lunch and snacks? I think snacks are the big one.
Yeah.
We all get, particularly I know, sitting in the journal.ie offices, there's temptation everywhere. People bring in a bag of sweets, and if you want to be snacking, you don't want that to be, the full bag of M&Ms.
Well, the full bag of M&Ms, like as tempting as it sounds, like it is.
Oh no, the big bag.
Oh, the big bag.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that.
Don't that? No. What I would say would definitely be kind of nuts. Snacking on nuts and making sure that if your other meals, so your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, if they are very fibrous and very bulky, you're going to find that you're not as hungry throughout the day. So you're not going to require that constant snacky feeling. If something is particularly high in carbs, so let's say you have a very, very high carb lunch, and it shoots up your glycemic index, so it spikes your insulin levels. Right. What you're going to find is that you're very peckish and very hungry afterwards, so you are going to be more willing to and more likely to snack that a little bit more often. So go get something that's a little bit more fibrous, better foods, better food choices there, and you won't snack as much. But if you are to snack, I'd always go like the berries. Blueberries are great. You have the nuts, so like almonds, walnuts, any of them. Like, try to stay away from the dry roasted, of course. The ones that you get in pubs don't count, and just stuff like that, and you'll be pretty much onto a winner.
Right, so Dean Kelly, this has been part of the Change Generation supported by KBC on the journal.ie. We're going to put Dean's recipe for this burger into the comments. If you've got any more questions, send them on. We'll do our best to get you an answer. I've been Paul Hosford. This has been the journal.ie. Thanks very much for joining us.